Thank you, SSI. Thank you, LSI. So Olivier Delporte, CEO of SamanTree Medical. So today I'm going to bring you to the world of interventional oncology and specifically cancer surgery. With the scanner that you see there, we allow the surgeon to decide in the operating room if he or she has cut enough but not too much but enough. Prior to that, disclaimers, the device, the Histolog scanner, is not yet approved for sale or use in the United States. And what is the Histolog scanner and the Histolog solution? This is a view of the complete solution. I showed you the scanner, that's what we're talking about. It's the core piece of the solution, it's central. So that's really microscopy brought to the operating room. It's used with consumables. There are basically two used for each procedure, i.e. a Histolog dip and a dish. I'll show you in a second how it's used. Complemented by our digital solution, which allows for remote connectivity, i.e. the device can be connected to a pathology lab or to a pathologist wherever he or she is. There is AI in development to improve and accelerate the human eye performance and integration into DICOM and the PACS system of the hospitals. But an image or a video is actually worth much more than a few words. So let's take a look at how it's used. In a standard cancer surgery procedure, whether it's breast, prostate, ENT, the preparation is that the Histolog dip, which is our proprietary solution, is prepared and saline. Once a tumor is resected, it's going to be dipped 10 seconds into our solution. It will then be rinsed a couple of seconds, then dried, and then positioned on our Histolog dish, which is on the scanner, to allow for the imaging of the margin, so of the tissue which is flat, horizontal on the scanner, positioned on the dip. And what it does, in 50 seconds, 50 seconds, the scanner generates a histology-like image, 2-micron resolution image on the scanner screen, which can be connected remotely to a pathologist, allowing for the surgeons, supported by pathologists, if the case in that use case or in that country, because that's healthcare system specific, to decide if a further cut is needed. And so it's an easy workflow, 15 seconds prep, 50 seconds per image, and the physicians will decide if they image 2, 3, 4 sites, typically 2 to 4, to decide in the operating room, surgeon or surgeons and pathologist, to if they have cut enough or if they need to cut further. So the unicity is the speed at which a high resolution, 2-micron resolution image is generated in the operating room with an easy workflow, which does not impact any subsequent H&E or histopathology assessment, and a field of view which is almost 20 square centimeters, allowing for large specimens to be imaged. So with that solution, basically what we do is replace histopathology and frozen section analysis. Standard histopathology takes days to weeks, if not a month sometimes. Frozen section analysis done by pathologists intraoperatively takes 40, 50, 60 minutes, and pathologists do not like it. It's not their DNA. Their DNA is images, not being in the operating room. So in a few minutes, we basically decision-making to the operating room. If we look at it in terms of landscape and comparison to other imaging techniques, there are a number of techniques to assess tumors, to assess cancer on tumors in vivo, ex vivo. The unicity of the technology allows for a very high resolution, higher than anything related to MRI or based on MRI, OCT, or X-ray, and is done in the operating room in minutes, which brings microscopy to the operating room. The polyvalence of the solution has allowed for a variety of use cases, and it has been used in a variety of cancer surgeries, biopsy cases. It is being used as we speak, from breast to prostate, to ENT, to skin, to lung, to GI, and there are some use cases appearing as we go, since the device is CE-marked, used in Europe and commercial in Europe, and the users are broadening use cases by themselves. So very interesting to see actually how this is broadening. No point of talking about the markets. Given the polyvalence of the system, it's a multi-billion-dollar total market availability or total available market opportunity. Reimbursement health economic value proposition. So what has been shown and is being done both in real world and in clinical studies is that the histolog allows for very strong accuracy, very similar to frozen section or histopathology, very fast. So basically the key of the value prop is it can improve patient outcomes by deciding in the operating room if you still have a positive margin to cut further, and to do it faster than frozen section or histopathology. So basically a gain for the patient and or time for the providers. I talked about clinical studies. This is a snapshot of some of the clinical results presented. So we have 9 peer-reviewed publications in our key markets or key beachheads, prostate and breast. What's been shown in prostate is that basically it was equivalent in accuracy to frozen section analysis, NeuroSafe, but in 5 to 8 minutes versus 50 minutes. So a significant gain in time. You can save a procedure a day if they do that instead of frozen section. On the breast side, it's been used that Histolog would allow to reduce the reintervention rates by north of 70%. With that, as I said, we're commercial in Europe, not approved yet in the United States. The business model, since you've seen the solution, consumables, so piece of equipment, the consumables, and the digital feature, the current business model in Europe is to sell or lease the scanner, sell the consumables, 1 set per surgery, and the plan is to monetize some of the digital features like remote connectivity, which are very appealing to pathologists from a workflow efficiency standpoint, and or AI. All of it is combinable into a price per procedure, P3 model, which in the US will certainly be part of the offering. And so in Europe, we have tripled sales from late 22 when real sales started to 2023, which was the first year of sales. We're in the 7 digits, so it's early commercialization, planning on triple that to in 2024 and launching in the US in late 2024. This is the strat map. High level, it's growing OUS sales, launching in the US after an FDA clearance planned for the second semester, so launching end of the year, while working on clinical data to feed into reimbursement and work on reimbursement. There are CPT codes in some indications that we can use, but of course, reimbursement is top of mind in US and the key countries. Clinical, there are a number of studies going on in the beachhead markets. There will be more. Lung is, for example, an area which is very exciting. We have a couple of dozen cases done. We will do more and a prospective study in lung this year. And the product will continue to evolve, including the digital features commercial launches, which are planned for this year in Europe, and that will continue to clinically validate for the US, as well as some hardware improvements. The team, so as I say, I play professor. I take the credit, but it's really the team doing it. So very proud, very fortunate to have a great polyvalent team with today a chairman in the US, the rest OUS, currently talking to people to assemble the senior US team. Very experienced, very capable, coming from the space, coming from large companies, small companies. So they make it happen. And finally, why am I here? Well, to talk about SamanTree, of course, socialize it, and to finance the company. We have a Series B 20 to 25 million round ongoing. We've had a first closing a month ago in Feb, a little bit under $10 million, so we have up to $15 million open. If interested, you know where to find me. It'll finance commercialization, some clinical data, and product development as usual. Thank you very much for your attention, and happy to talk offline. Thank you.